Hello, podcasts are dead, but I'm really trying to get my stuff out there and make some money off of this shit. So here we are. You got me hosting a podcast. I wanted to talk today about why I am too sensitive for this shit, or why I really genuinely don't like posting things on the internet, and I think I've been forcing myself to for the sake of my music career this entire time. Like, if I didn't have any art to promote, or want to put it out there in order to get further in my career, get more financial backing, get more people to know about me, find more people to work with, yada yada yada. If I didn't have all those factors coming into the picture here, then I wouldn't be doing any of this. And the reason that I don't like it is because I'm like, I take hate comments way too seriously, or I take like anything that people say about anything that I've ever made way too seriously. And what spawned this is, like, I've been posting just a bunch of bullshit videos on all my social media and on here. If you've been seeing those, I've just been posting a bunch of clips because, like, it's easy for me to, like, go live on Twitch and then do a bunch of bullshit songs and just goofy shit. Like, I don't know, making some stuff that's either funny or putting my opinion out there on a specific topic, or just really just fucking around, and it's all improvised, and it's all kind of just bullshit, adding bullshit to the internet, basically, right? But on one of them, somebody commented something about, like, that they listened to my album, and he was like, "Oh, the problem is your voice, it's just depressing because you've been at it a long time. You're a good writer, though." Like, the weirdest fucking comment, as far as, like, could have just said, "Oh, you're a good writer." Could have just not said anything if you want. But I took that personally, because, like, you can insult my bullshit clips on here as much as you want, or any internet stuff that I make, but my actual music and my shit, I take that very fucking seriously, and I take that to heart, more so because of how hard I work on it than anything else. And what bugs me is when people post hate comments without, like, I guarantee you didn't listen to the whole album, didn't actually, like, dissect it, and people listen to something for, they see something that you put out there for 2 seconds and immediately just want to, like, write you, like, just, I don't know, they just want to talk shit. Really, people just love to talk shit. I'm the biggest hater in the world, so I get it. Like, I totally get why it's just fun to, like, shit on things, be like, "This fucking sucks, you suck, fucking, quit," or whatever. I have actually never done that myself. I think about it with certain people and that I know through the music community in South Florida. I think it all the time, and I say it behind their backs like a normal person, to my friends, talking shit like that. But I've never ever posted, or at least not in many years. Maybe when I was younger and I was drinking. Not even. I don't know. I've never, like, as much as I will hate somebody's, like, talent or their whatever bullshit music they're putting out there or anything. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me to try to hurt someone in that way, even if I genuinely think that they fucking suck. But when people come after me with hate comments, I'm just like, first of all, you're wrong. Like, I'm very good at what I do with music, when it comes to music stuff. Again, I'm not a pianist, and all of the songs I've been posting are bullshit that I'm throwing. I'm literally just riffing and throwing shit together and clipping it. But my actual recordings, my music videos that I make, like, shit that I've actually tried with, that is a whole other conversation, And I take what I do very seriously, and I just don't see how there's anything. I mean, I don't know. Something's not your cup of tea or genre of music, that's one thing. Or if you just don't like my voice purely because of, like, it's just not your type of thing, that's completely different than, like, saying that it's not good. You know what I mean? I'll always say, like, something's not for me as opposed to if it's actually bad. I don't think a lot of pop stars or people that are famous in the music industry right now, I don't think that they lack talent. I think they lack originality, or, like, something different or interesting, but they're all talented. A lot of people have talent, you know what I mean? But when people come after me and my shit, I'm just like, dude, like, I've just been at this for so long, and it's hard to work at something for so long that you feel genuinely, you really believe in it, and you feel very strongly and passionately about it, and that, like, I know I'm supposed to make music and I'm supposed to write songs, and music is one of those things. It found me. I just happened to get gifted a guitar by my mom. I happened to take guitar lessons, and I happened to like it. I didn't have parents that were musicians that got me. I tried a bunch of different things when I was a kid, and that just happened to stick. And I've just, to be honest, stuck with it for many years because, A, it's a really easy way to get laid, and women like it, and B, it's a huge therapeutic thing for me as well. It's very therapeutic for me to play music and just kind of escape into that for 3 or 4 hours and lose myself in it. So when I do it for that long, and I do it, and people just like write it off like, oh yeah, dude, you're just not a good songwriter. Your voice just sucks. Like you just suck, and then it's just. I take that very personally. I take it very seriously. I've been telling myself to just like hate comments anyway. Like just like throw. I want to like start liking hate comments just as far as like, hey, thanks for commenting, even if it's like shitting on me or trying to hurt my feelings. I also think that we're just in a time where so many people are unhappy that the only thing that brings them some sort of control in their lives is to project their opinion onto others that they don't know on the internet. And what's funny about that hate comment on Instagram is I posted on it, and I feel very confident. It looks like a very insecure thing to be like, yo, destroy this guy in the comments, but it's more so I just was seeing if I could do it, and we did, and it worked. I got some people responded to him and said, yo, boo this man. Like, one of my friends was like, yo, you're a loser, whatever the fuck. Like, everyone started saying shit, and he deleted his comment, and we won. We won that small internet battle. But no, but I feel so confident. I really shouldn't care about hate comments. Like, I'm so confident in what I do musically, and I'm so confident in who I am, and like knowing that I should be doing music is all my genuine love for it cannot be shaken in any way. I am super about music. That it's not like my confidence got bothered. Like, it's not like that bruised my ego. It was more so like it hurt me that he, most definitely didn't listen to the album's like an hour long. There's no way you listened to my recent album and actually sat there for an hour straight listen and then decided to comment. He like skimmed through some stuff and just wanted to like find an easy an easy thing for me to try. He just wanted to hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? And that's what bothers me more about hate comments than anything, is that they want to hurt my feelings. And I'm a very sensitive guy. Like, I am hypersensitive. I overthink everything. I feel extremely uncomfortable in a lot of social situations, which is why I spend a lot of time by myself. I hate when people don't respond to me because I think of a million different reasons as to why they did it, and the fact that they aren't telling me just straight up leaves me with this, fucking like this just unknown, like, what did I do? What did I say? Like, I get into my head so much about shit, and I just kind of ignore it and remind myself that like nobody really exists in my life anyway. Like, I've been telling myself lately, like, my life it's all me and everyone else. It's not like it's not a main character, everyone else is an NPC kind of thing. It's just, I genuinely believe that like we are all completely alone with ourselves in our lives the entire time. We get to share these moments with others. We get to work with others and have these moments where we get to cross paths with one another in life, but we don't ever really, I can't live inside someone else's head. I can't even live in my own head. I don't like, but I'm very much a like grossly sensitive person, which is why I've sabotaged my career in a lot of ways. And I delete shit if I don't like it, or if I feel like it's not good enough, and I take forever to get a take, and then by that time my voice is worn out, and then I'm thinking about how tired my voice sounds, and I overthink all of this shit so much and obsess with what I'm putting out there in the world that every single thing, I mean, if I wanted to make sure every single thing I upload was perfect, I would never be able to post anything, because it's always like I'm always nitpicking. I nitpick the fuck out of myself enough already, and when people like, add to that, it's just like, dude, it's like a feeling of, damn, I worked really hard on this. Well, not the video that guy commented on. Again, I've been posting bullshit clips, but when it is something that I work very hard on, like my album or a music video or an actual, like, I'm trying to sound good when I'm covering a song or something, that hits really, really hard. I've had multiple people when I was younger. People criticize my voice. I've had certain talent agencies in South Florida that criticize my voice because, again, I was sending them live videos where it was just kind of like a random take and not like a perfected, highly produced electronic press kit by any means. I never took the selling myself or presenting myself seriously. Therefore, everything that I've put out was very in the moment and just kind of live and kind of thrown together, which makes me feel self-conscious about how I present my stuff. Outside of my music recordings, anything I posted, like, I don't know how to sound mix. I don't know how to get my sound to sound as good as I'd like it to when I'm recording, so it's possible that I'm not even recording to the best quality for me to hear it, so I'm literally not able to sound as good as I would like to because it literally doesn't sound as good as it should. There are all sorts of factors that come into play with this, and really it comes back to the fact that I'm doing it all by myself, and that's what hurts the most. That's where hate comments can really, stab you in the heart nowadays more than ever, is because we do everything by ourselves. Every musician that you see, every single fucking creator online, most people, even with a team of people, you're doing so much, you're working at it so much, and I do everything myself. I edit every video that I've uploaded on here. I edit, or besides my music videos, I've edited everything that I put on here. I've produced a lot of my own music, and anything on my other channels, I've made it all by myself. So, hate comments hit me, again, they hit me directly, not from I don't have any question of like, am I talented? And sometimes I do think about, like, I'm recording videos and recording stuff constantly and using my voice constantly, that I just get self-conscious about how tired my voice sounds a lot of the time. And I'm a smoker. So like, my voice always feels a little tired or worn out, And I hate singing nowadays. I sang for 10 years of my life doing live performances. So I just kind of hate singing now, as far as like how the way I sing and how much I like go all out on it, and I project and I like give my all to it and try to sound like very strong, and I'm a musical theater kid at heart. I'm a musical theater person, so I was always like focused on projecting and sounding strong, that because I go all out on it, I have to like refrain from doing it sometimes, or if I like keep pushing it, then I hate how exhausted my voice sounds. But other than that, I have no fucking insecurities about my talent when it comes to singing or my playing. I'm one of the most talented people that I know. I'm extremely skilled in a unique way when it comes to playing and singing at the same time, and what I'm able to do musically. I have zero fucking insecurities about that, or at least not, I feel very strong in saying that, and I feel like that is just an objective truth, not even my own opinion of myself. I'm objectively a talented person. So the thing for me with hate comments is not them insulting my abilities or my talent or my person even. I don't care if they're trying to hurt me. It's like, what hurts me more than anything is that they felt like they had to say that, or like there's a part of people when they post hate comments or when they say mean shit online, they feel like they feel like obligated to do it. Maybe he was just being honest too. Maybe he was just, he genuinely feels that way. Maybe he's just being real with me. That's fine too, but again, what I always think, okay, if you're making an hour-long video or you're making an entire explanation, having like legitimate criticisms, and you're putting a lot of passion into that, or putting a lot of effort into the criticisms themselves, that's completely different. I would be flattered if someone like spent a lot of time saying that they don't like my music. That'd be really interesting to see that, I swear. But when someone just kind of throws a hate comment out, or it's very like much like, it's like you're running down the street and someone on a bike is just like flying by and kind of slapping you in the face. And then by the time you look to see who did it, they're already gone. And, I know that most people that are posting hate comments, they're just doing it in passing. Like, they're just posting a bunch of comments in general. And then you got to wonder if he actually went into my shit and looked into it more. And that's why he deleted his comment. Maybe he regretted, or maybe he just didn't want to deal with like a potential flood of people coming after him, and didn't want to be annoyed by the notifications. All these little psychological aspects of social media, it's very fascinating to me, because there's so many like little intricate things that people, are aware of, but don't really talk about that much, and I guess that's what I wanted to talk about. This is why I am too sensitive for the internet, or why I'm the kind of person that if people knew that I had like suicidal ideations and had problems with myself and like self-loathing, and like people would like come after me and tell me to like kill myself. They would tell me to like, they would say like fucked up shit to me, and it would get to me probably. So I think I've sabotaged my own career, or done a lot of things in order to kind of hurt my own potential success, because of fear of success, and my fear of success goes hand in hand with that flood of criticisms, and it's not like there are enough fans, or there's not like this wide range of millions and millions of people that would defend me. So I'm getting hate comments, and I had to post on my story for people to ask people, hey, can you go shit on this guy, please? You know what I mean? Like, I had to, it's not like, I guarantee like nobody would have said shit or even seen it if like I didn't post that. I don't have people defending me. So the fact that I feel alone, and a lot of my friends, like they don't want, a lot of people I know, they don't want to get involved. They don't want to like put their, I understand people's hesitation to get involved in these online flame wars, right? I get that completely, but what bothers me is like there's so much going on that people just don't even know about. It's not like people wouldn't defend me. It's more so like they won't even. It's not like people are going into every single comment section of every video they see ever of every single one of their friends, right? So I get that, but you know, when you don't have, here's what a lot of people go through and why a lot of people are afraid to, because I think about this with younger generations, like people are afraid to try anything at all because they don't want to have people be mean to them online. Not that you have to post about your hobbies to have people, you know, to enjoy them, but people, like, social media should be a nice, fun thing where people can just share these little blips of their lives, but it's turned into, how do I spread hate? How do I spread my problems everywhere else? Because that's really what I've realized is, like, happy people don't, when I've been happiest, I want other people to be happy too, or I want other people to feel good too. Like, no, there's not a single person, and maybe there are, and maybe they're just fucked up. Like, this is where you're just a fucking crazy person if you're really happy and content with life and still go out of your way to spread shit online. I don't know. When I'm happiest, I do not have a hateful bone in my body. I don't have any, like, negativity going on through my mind, you know, and that's just a fact. When I feel very happy and elated and just extremely, yeah, when I just feel very, very, very high in that way, I just want to enjoy that happiness. I don't want to spread shit. When I'm really feeling shitty, though, I want to spread hate. And when I'm really shitty and drunk, I really, really want to spread hate and be an asshole. But again, if I did it, I say it to people's faces or behind their backs. I just don't do it online because I personally don't want the permanence of that. I mean, and it makes me look bad. I mean, if I have a music career to push myself, or like my own brand and my own name and face that I'm having to promote, that doesn't make me look good if I'm just shitting on other people's stuff. I've again posted videos of me online saying how much I hate everyone's shit, but I will never mention anyone's name. I always keep it vague and generic, and will never call out anybody. Rarely will I call out somebody in particular. And if I did, I wouldn't do it to somebody that's not already famous and successful. So that's my thing, is I would only, like, you know, talk shit online about people that aren't even going to give a shit about it anyway because they're rich and famous and have a bunch of fans. But I don't go on people's, like, fucking pages. I think the one time I did post a hate comment, I'll be honest, one time I posted a hate comment a little while back was, like, on that guy Just Tatum's page, and this guy just posts, like, shitty ass covers of him singing, like, you know, I'm such a fool for you, like, real shitty, like, vocal. And I get why people like it. It's just funny and bullshit and, like, intentionally garbage. However, he posted a video of him performing The Reason by Hoobastank, and that actually was not that bad. I was surprised that it was him because, you know, his whole thing is just, yeah, sounding shit. And I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a punk rock, like, yeah, it's supposed to be bad kind of thing. But I remember I saw one of his videos pop up, and I was like, I know this is satire, I know this is funny, but you're actually ruining the industry by, like, adding this kind of stuff to the world, which I do believe. I do believe, like, and now I'm a part of it too, posting, like, shitty song bits in order to, like, just have a laugh and not take music seriously and just do some sort of music comedy thing, right? But for a while I was like, it's not, I mean, there are so many people that would rather watch, like, they would rather watch and make fun of shitty musicians online than listen to genuinely good music. And that just bothers me so much, because as much as I think that stuff's funny too, and I think it's great, there was a time where it was like, it was just for YouTube, you know. Now it's like those people bleed everywhere, and you got, like, you know, fucking everybody, first of all, just everybody does music nowadays. So it's like, I mean, you even got fucking the Costco guys made a song. Like, it's just, they actually did it at the Forever Current studios that I used to work. I don't know if they're still there, but when I used to work with this production company called Forever Current Studios, and I'm pretty sure they recorded it there, and that was kind of funny because they're in Boca. So, yeah, it's the fact that, like, I have a problem with you know, people add a lot of garbage online, and that mass amount of that, you know, people just posting shitty music where they can't sing, it's just bad. It takes away from, it just adds noise to the internet and takes away from people seeing genuinely good stuff. I also think that people really appreciate comedy and escape and brain. I get why people like brain rot or just stupid garbage like that, because we want comedy so much. We want that high of having a laugh because it's, like, the only way that we're staying sane with everything that's going on in the world right now. I genuinely think that, like, we need comedy more than ever, and that's why there's such a surplus of it, or most of the time what people are messaging to each other as far as reels and memes on social media. most people are, videos and pictures, they're sending like funny stuff. They're sending like bullshit or cute stuff or whatever. People really need escape right now because of how bad the state of the United States is and how horrible this administration has just failed in every aspect. Like our country is such a fucking joke right now, and I fucking hate it. But the world is just kind of crazy right now. But people really need comedy, so I get why people don't want like good movies. They don't want good music or good like there's so much of that, and like the best, you could argue that like the best movies and the best songs for this foreseeable future have already been made, so people don't really want good shit. They want just bullshit. But go back to hate comments, and and I actually deleted my comment on that shit too, because a lot of people started coming after me. So it was like the cycle, it comes and goes. It's just like everyone, what goes around comes around kind of thing. And again, I took it down just because I didn't want to, I don't know, I was like, it was kind of a moment of like, all right, well, these people really like him. I guess I'm in the wrong here. I don't think I'm in the wrong, but again, I didn't have to post that on there, and I learned my lesson. And again, I didn't even really say anything bad. I just said, I know this is supposed to be funny, but I think you're contributing to why music as an art form is dying. And I do think that there's some truth to that. That is a very valid point. But, yeah, hate comments for me personally, I really never, I will always say shit in a video or to someone's face. I will say something to someone's face. I have no problem. I've said like a lot. You could ask anybody that knows me or has known me in the past. Like, I will say whatever the fuck is on my mind, and I have to like not drink, first of all, and I have to stay inside and spend a lot of time away from people so that I don't, say what I want to say to them. There's so many things I want to say to like everybody, like my parents, my close friends. There's so much shit I want to say to everyone, but I don't want to. First of all, I'm like really trying to not be a hypercritical person lately of myself and of other people. Like, I have an unnecessary perfectionist attitude and want to fix everything. I want to fix every problem. I want, I don't look at people's imperfections as lovely little, that's a cute little thing, little flaw that you have. I'm like, no, you can fix that. We can all fix all sorts of different things within ourselves, but I don't want to like be so critical of everyone and of myself. So that's pretty much a big part of why I don't want to do that. But I feel that all the time. I hate every little imperfection that I feel, and I hate everything that's wrong with the world, and I nitpick it every little bit of it. I pick apart every single thing that I've ever experienced and find the good, the bad, the ugly. I enjoy doing that. For some reason, I enjoy like taking something and ripping it to shreds in my mind down to the bare fucking bones. When it comes to my interpretation of the human condition and the philosophy that I feel within my own life. That's basically where my head is at most of the time. It's just like, what does this mean? What does that mean? What are we trying to do? What the fuck am I trying to do? What is the point of this? And what goes along with that is like, how do we make things better? I just like the idea of making things better, For me with hate comments, I guess the reason that I take it so personally is because I'm already like picking apart myself so much that anybody adding to it just makes it worse. But I have to get over that. What I've realized is like with posting a lot of spam in general, what I've had to accept, what some people have told me is like, oh, you're doing something right if you have haters or if you have people that don't like your shit. Because in a fucked up way, it's like most artists will probably agree with me. Most people that want that next level of success and the big break that every single struggling performer and musician artist waits. What we're waiting for is, or what comes along with that nowadays is like, it's inevitable. Like if you're successful, you're going to have a lot of both. You have to accept that like not everyone's gonna like you. You have to accept that. And I don't like that. I want everyone to like me. I want to like everyone. But what's funny is I actually hate everyone, or I fucking hate most people. So I don't know. Maybe it's just it's meant to be as far as everyone hating me too. But I've never gotten over that. I've never gotten over like, as much as I can put out so much of my grievances and negative feelings out there in the world. I feel anybody coming after me, I'm just like, what? Like in my head, I'm perfect. There's nothing to criticize, excluding like everything I've ever said and felt about all of you. No, there's nothing to. There's like, I mean, what you could criticize is how fucking how much of a horribly like arrogant dickhead I can be, I guess, and how much I can be like honest to a fault. How I'm, you know, pretty cruel in some ways with my words, as far as how like how fucked I could say some things in a real fucked up way. Like, I'll make fun of fat people. I'll call stupid people retarded. You know, like I don't give a fuck when it comes to like just saying what I want to say, because I genuinely believe that some things can't be sugarcoated or worded in a nice way. And because of how much I am locked into like the truth that I feel and the honesty that I feel with the world and basically what reality is, which is this is all that life is, and there's nothing beyond this. There's life, and then we die, and that's all that anything ever is. As much as we would like to think that it's not, my personality is parallel with I feel like I want to adapt to the cruel nature of the world so that I know how to survive and exist within it. So therefore, my attitude towards life is a lot of cruel, like, you know, like nature hates you. It does not give a fuck about you. Nature is trying to kill you in every way possible. That's like how I look at the world. Is everything is, you know, everything is cruel, and we have to find some sort of joy and love and you know, like these were basic things like food and sex is what really keeps people from killing themselves a lot of the time, you know. And as much as I can be like a cruel person and be like, I have to be very much separate myself from from like this reality, or I have to kind of like disconnect from reality a lot so that I don't take it all so seriously and let my sensitivity in general, you know, I have to like shut down my feelings towards everything in a lot of ways so that I don't let it overwhelm me and drive me crazy. Because it doesn't make me feel good that baby animals and baby children die every day. It doesn't make me feel good that people, you know, get cancer right when they're maybe trying to make a change in their lives, or, you know, take that, you know, like in the most important years of their lives, they're fucking like sick and dying. And it doesn't make me feel good that people are mean to each other online. It doesn't make me feel good that people are so stupid that they've gotten them. There's such a long history of people being so stupid that they get themselves and other people killed as a side effect, just from their sheer stupidity. It doesn't make me happy that the people in control are doing everything they can to stay in control and keep their money for themselves while the rest of us fucking starve and kill each other. It doesn't make me happy that AIDS, cancer, and war, and famine, and again, children dying, like it makes me absolutely fucking, it breaks my fucking heart every single day that I exist in the world, knowing that that's the reality of it. And I have to know that I have this, my life is amazing because I was stupidly lucky to be born a white male in America in the 90s, early 90s. Like I've a lot of guilt for this shit. I feel so horrible that my life is fantastic, and yet it's not enough for me because of my like dreams and my goals are so unnecessarily high. My expectations for my life are so unnecessarily high, but it makes me like fucking horribly sad that all of this shit happens. So I have to not think about it. And that's what I mean is like, just if I'm talking about just why I'm a sensitive person in general, it's why I'm antisocial, or why I keep my distance from people. Like I love all of you so much, but I don't think I know that I'm never going to be able to give you as much love as I'd like to, and then I'm not going to get as much as I'd like from you in return. But I love all of this, and I love every single experience I've ever had with all of you. Even if I fucking hated you in the moment, or even if I fucking hate you now, I love all of it, and I'm very sensitive to how big my fucking heart feels amongst just, and how I feel like I'm my heart is bursting out of my chest in a heartless world, and it fucking kills me every day. It fucking kills me so much. It sounded so weird. Why did I say it like that? Every day. Yeah, fucking sounding like, My voice sounds so like, I wonder if I could, I feel like I sound like I feel like I still sound like I did when I was like a fucking 15-year-old kid is all. Sometimes like certain moments like that where my voice just like goes up in that way and I don't even mean it to. Anyway, I'm sensitive to that. See, I'm sensitive to like my lack of fucking success and having money making me look down on myself, which inherently puts out that energy towards women and turns them off because I'm a fucking man-child who's never fucking lived on his own, who's never had enough money for like anything. I've never had enough money to even fucking keep myself like afloat financially, technically, like financially, as far as having a place to live. Like I've been getting help to survive all these years as far as at least bare minimum of having a place to live via my parents and just whatever. So I'm very like I'm an extremely soft person and a very, very sensitive soul. And I love and hate that. I love that because I feel like I have way more compassion for the world than most people, or I feel way more connected to all of this and connected to myself and to my life than most people. It's not just life is not just it's just happening as I'm, you know, just going through the motions. Life has always felt intentional and filled with purpose with every single decision I've ever made, including the bad ones. Like when I wanted to hurt somebody, I wanted to fucking bury them. When I want to fucking love somebody, I want to bring them every single, you know, bring them the world and do everything I can to make them happy. You know, like when I feel fucking hard, man. I feel everything way too hard. And I feel like I am actively shutting all of that down because it's too much for everyone, myself included. It's too much, just in general. Like, it kills me that the love that I have feels limitless for every single one of you, but I know that I have to be selective with it for myself, and I have to be selective with it from like when it comes to, do people deserve that or not? You start to, as you get older, you're like, man, do I want to pour this energy? Do I want to water everyone else's plant and while mine is dying in the sun? You know, like you wonder. I felt very selfless for a lot of years, or I felt, you know, I feel such a back and forth with my selfishness and selflessness. I feel like I'm giving 100% of my attention and focus on other people, or I'm literally like they don't exist and I'm focusing on myself. And there's no, unfortunately, like navigating the in-betweens of that has been something that I've been trying to figure out more lately, as far as just like it doesn't ever have to be a back and, you know, one thing or the other. There's so many, like, I'm trying to embrace the gray of life and embrace the in-betweens of these things, because I don't know, in my head it's I just feel like I feel like I have so much to give to a lot, and maybe that's why I want this to succeed, so that it's easier for me to give a lot of this to more people on a mass mass scale in that way. And the fact that I'm not, maybe that's a big part of why my lack of success, or more success that I'd like, at least the lack of being where I want to be with my own career, does hurt me. You know, it does hurt me that like I don't feel like I'm connecting with as many people as I'd like to, or I'm not connecting. I don't have as much of an audience as I think I should, because I want to give more of that love to more people. I want to give more of that love of music and storytelling and, you know, living and shit. You know, I have that love ready to go, and I just feel like it's like just sitting there like on my fucking bed, you know, no pun intended or whatever. It's like I, you know, feel that I genuinely feel that like the amount of love that I could give to the world, or the amount that I want to give to other people, is just insane. It's absolutely insane how much I want to do that, but I don't, like, I you know, feel like I'm wasting my breath. That's all. Feel like I'm wasting my fucking time, wasting my breath. What's the point, right? So the way I feel about all that, as you can see, the compassion I have for humanity, the genuine like, again, even with all the faults and all the flaws of all of it, I want to like think of everything as being beautiful, or I want to think of like, you know, how perfect my stupid little life is. You know, it actually is in the end, you know, maybe even with all the stupid bullshit we have to deal with, maybe our lives are perfectly, like it sucks, but it's our suck to live or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. But, so yeah, I feel that way all the time pretty much. And I have just an endless amount of compassion for all of you. As much as like I talk shit, say stupid shit for a laugh on here, or do whatever the hell I want when it comes to just like saying whatever I want, being like, unhinged, honest, whatever. As much as I'm like that, I only want the best for every single one of you and myself, and I really think that we could be in a world where people are really good to each other and actually make each other feel good and lift each other up. And, the fact that I feel that way about all of you, and, the reality I get is wondering if those that I'm close to and my loved ones even really know me, or like what I get is feeling a surprising amount of distance with those that I'm close with. And then on top of that, total strangers on the internet just being dickheads to me, and they don't know me, and they don't even watch my shit or listen to my shit enough to not stop and think like, well, maybe let me do some research and fucking before I post this comment on this thing. Like people just, again, want to do it in passing and just be mean and then like move on with their lives. Cause they're not, I don't want to say it's cause they're not happy. It's such a cliched term. It's like, what is it? It's like I genuinely think people, I keep saying that word, but I am feeling genuine about all of this. So fuck off. I'm going to use that word as much as I'd like to. When I read that guy's comment, I was thinking, or what I was thinking of saying in like a song or a video clip or whatever the hell it was. I think that people, they harbor those feelings, and they love to have that hatefulness in them towards other people on the internet because they've confused that for truth. Like you confuse your hateful honesty or your like not liking something, you confuse that for truth. When really the truth would be a little, you'd have to put more thought into it. You can't just say this sucks, I don't like it. Your personal truth of why you don't like it is some idiot's response in a subreddit like this long where it's like I listened to their entire album and like this just didn't do it for me, this song, I like this, but the ending I didn't like. If there was like an actual legitimate breakdown of most people's criticisms, they're too lazy. See, that's the thing, is people are too lazy to put some actual passion or some actual thought into their hate comments. Like, it's not, their opinion isn't important enough for them to dissect it to that degree, or to go into it that deeply, right? So that's what's funny. I've known people like this. I've had friends like this in the past, and that's where like our friendship was based on, is us just like doing that same shit where everyone like hating on the same shit. They confuse it for some sort of being real. Like, oh, I'm just being honest because I'll say how I feel. Like I just think it sucks, and maybe you do just think it sucks. That's fine, but like, why? I guess I'd rather someone give me an explanation of why they don't like my shit or why they're posting a hate comment than just like, dude, this sucks, kill yourself. Like that, that's all I could ask for, is if you're gonna hate my shit, give me a fucking reason. Give me a fucking like actual explanation, and then I'll be like, all right, fair enough. You're making sense now and justifying like your argument or your opinion in that way. I'll always have way more respect for somebody that actually has put some thought into their hate, as opposed to just taking a big old, pulling down your pants and taking a big old fucking, just shitting on everything on online, getting some of those E. coli blueberries or whatever the fuck, and shitting out all their garbage until they're dead, people are just, people have fun hating. Let's be real about that too. People have fun with being mean and hating. It's like that scene in Annie Hall where they're just like sitting on a bench and like just shitting on people, making fun of them. It's a very real moment where, people do like have fun with just making fun of others and shit. Like that's such a normal human behavior. But see, in the movie, they're not like going up to the people and saying it to them. They're like just having a laugh about it. And it's like their shared moment of, it's not like you're sending my video to someone and then sending them a message and being like, dude, this shit is fucking stupid. Look at this shit. Like let's laugh at him in private. It's like, as soon as you put it out there in public, it's that's what hurts me more too, I guess, than anything is hate comments are public, and it's me having to sit there with it feels like someone just shat in my face, and I could either, wipe it off, which is, I guess just what most people would say, ignoring the haters. They'd be that's what most people would see that as. I look at it as taking the shit and throwing it right back at them. As far as I want to respond to every hate comment, I want to say some shit, but I'm like, honestly, I don't have that much time, and I don't have that much, I don't want to put that much thought into a response that's just going to create more of an argument and more of a, breeding more hate and breeding more. It just breeds more shit. So it's like at this point, I'm just going to like every comment because I think it's awesome that people are commenting at all. I've been ignored for so many goddamn years for some reason. And just, I guess, anybody commenting, it's just like, hey, thanks for commenting. Even if you're saying something, trying to be rude to me or whatever the hell. And again, I'm putting out my opinions of things. I put out a video of why I think polyam. It was like, again, a lot of the videos I'm talking about that I've been posting lately, if you haven't seen them in my shorts, are, where I'm just playing the piano on live stream and making up some garbage song to it. And then that's it. I just post that. So I did one about polyamorous relationships. And of course got comments of people trying to defend them all being like cucks and perverts or whatever the fuck. My whole thing with polyamory, open relationships, final thing I'll say about it right now is you enjoy that, but don't try to rearrange it into being normal. Most people aren't polyamorous. Most people want exclusivity because most dudes, if you're a man and you're in an open relationship, you got to ask yourself, is it a manly thing to be okay with that? Do you not think that goes against your manly nature, your nature to have your woman be yours? Like she is your, not possession, but your woman. And that's mad disrespectful if someone else is fucking her. I don't care about that. I don't give a fuck about this. It's not like the 60s where everyone was on drugs thinking they were going to die and they were fucking like they were going to die tomorrow. That's completely, there's certain moments in history where I'm like, all right, well, I get that, but now, come on, man. Come on. There's plenty of people out there. People weren't so fucking stuck in their phones and, obsessed with social media and the internet and the way they look from the outside. Maybe people would just give other, they would be more likely to connect. They'd be more likely to actually get laid more, but the whole people thinking that they're that they love their partner in a different way and they want their partner to have as many different experiences. Just admit it. You're all whores, you're all a bunch of man whores and whores. And that's awesome in a lot of ways. If you're owning that and you're aware of that and you like to just fuck pussy and get fucked by dicks, that's fine. That is totally fine by me. But don't sit here and be like, you just don't get it, or our love is more special than that. Not to say that was a woman saying that. I guess it's more shocking that women are like that than men. I think most men don't give a fuck about, to men, sex is just sex. Fucking is fucking, but to women, because women are harder to have sex with in that way, and the way society looks at women are earned, women are their bodies are such a huge part of who they are. There's a lot of purity in the fact that you are able to bear children. I'm sorry to say it is just different for women. The fact that you can bear children is where it's sex is different for you. I'm sorry. That's just a biological fact. And I'm not going to get too much into this. That is a conversation for a whole other podcast, but another day. But as you can see, yeah, I think I have a lot of valid points here. I don't have any problem with people having open relationships, but don't sit there and act like that's normal, or that's that you're on some higher level of some more evolved mature level of I don't let jealousy and resentment get in the way of letting my partner have pleasure in life. It's here's my thing is, you don't have to be together. You can literally be spending time all the time together. You don't have to be officially boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. You can literally just, what is the difference to me? What is the difference between hanging out with someone and having sex with other people, but you mainly hang out with them? What is the difference between whether you are saying you're exclusively together or not? If you're not specifically sleeping with each other and only each other, what is the point of having a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband or wife. That doesn't make any sense to me. That nature of that is that you are wanting to be together and no one else. So like you're only wanting each other, right? So that's just what I mean by that. That's like what's fucking hilarious is it doesn't make any sense to me as far as you're together but you're not exclusively together. It's an oxymoron thing. It's a ridiculous fucking just I don't get it. So yeah, I put that out there and had a lot of people saying that didn't like it that much. And those hate comments were it was funny just seeing people disagree with me completely. And I didn't want to like those because some of them were saying trying to shit on me. Like, oh, like someone said he got rejected by a poly baddie or whatever the fuck. Not true. I've never even had, I don't even know who's polyamorous or not because people are very secretive about that. I assume people are very private about that shit. You know, just like I've never been approached. That joke that you see online where it's like a couple like, hey, we like your vibe. I've never, been in that situation or whatever. But if I don't know if I was, I wouldn't want to be with like a chick that's like either with somebody already or is just that much of a like we'll just fuck anyone. Like I like to tell myself, here's just a heads up, I'm getting into, this is not about my fucking being a sensitive person or not at all, but this is what I love about talking on cameras. I could just kind of branch off and talk about multiple different things. I feel like I'm being very much myself right now and I'm very comfortable with that and I don't want to shy away from that. So, what was I just about to say? Oh, God damn it. What the fuck was I just about to say? Let me smoke. Let me take a second to smoke. Maybe I'll remember. I was just talking about someone got rejected by a poly baddie. Never been in that situation. Oh, in my head, I like to look at myself as, I think most people that play music or most guys that play music, we want to look at ourselves as like, yeah, like I'm a rock star, man. I fuck pussy, I fuck, and I get, have this crazy life where I party and sleep with women. And, every lot of guys just kind of want to look at themselves like I'm a player and I just like make money and sleep around and whatever. But in all honesty, I was raised by like two very loving parents, and my mom's very like Catholic and shit. Like I was raised in a lot more of a, clean, very like, love is sacred kind of households. Both my parents have been in multiple marriages, including the one they had together, and I've been surrounded by a lot of people that like do have good relationships and do, even if like, they can't stand each other, they're bickering, they're still together. You know what I mean? I've been raised around a lot of love, or to me, love is sacred. And I am like more of an exclusive. Like I want a girlfriend. I want someone that's special. I also believe that my personality is a little too rough around the edges for most women to even give me the time of day, because I'm like, I'll just be straight up and just like, say, like, I just know how I feel about women off of one date as far as if I'm gonna actually want to be in love with them or not. I am petty as fuck when it comes to, this is going back to like, again, my like, what I'm talking about right now is what I was just saying earlier, how cruel and honest I can be despite being a very sensitive person, you know what I mean? But I'm that way because of my sensitivity to everything that bothers me too. I'm sensitive to love and I'm sensitive to compassion, but I'm also, like, when I feel negatively towards something, I feel very negative. Like, I center on it, or I'm very aware. Like, I'm hyper aware of everything I think and feel every second of every day. So, with women, like, a woman's voice is a little annoying, or I don't like a specific thing. Like, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to be in love with this. Like, when it comes to me being in love with somebody, there's, like, a very specific bar that has to be met at this point, Because even women recently in the last year or so, even with women I thought I could be in love with, I in the end was able to like, am still, some of them is more easier. Some of them is easier to do this than with others. But, I end up letting go of like, all right, well, if it was not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Like, as much as I can be into someone or see the potential of falling in love with them, I'm just a realist, and I'm just like, yeah, this probably isn't going to work out. I'm always in my head like, yeah, it's probably not going to work out. So, the realist in me is always trying to be a safety net for the sensitive, naive, like, little boy that I actually am in a lot of ways. And that's, I guess, why I try to tell myself to be like a man or be a fucking hard ass with myself or be like a dick in a lot of ways is because those feel like they are manly qualities, when a lot of the times I do just feel like I genuinely feel like a sensitive little baby bitch a lot of the times. Like genuinely. So every little thing that I feel with others, everything I feel socially, I amplify it 10,000 times over in my head. Somebody doesn't laugh at my joke, I think that they think I'm a fucking idiot, or if like someone just makes me feel awkward, I can't tell if it's them being awkward or if it's me. Like I assume it's me. These people don't like me. Oh, everyone that I know went out to this thing and no one invited me. They don't like me. People didn't respond to my text ever. Gave them a couple days, didn't hear from them ever. I guess they just don't like me or they forgot and I'm not important enough for them to actually give a shit enough to respond. I said something in a video. Some chick I'm interested probably saw it. They don't like me now. I'm aware of and completely. I feel a lot of vulnerabilities with everything all the time. Like I feel like I have a bunch of steel walls that are easily penetrable. You know, I put up these walls, but they're really not that hard to break down, kind of thing. And I feel, you know. Yeah, I feel very soft most of the time. And this world is so heartless. This world is so, like, a lot of these harsh aspects of my personality is I've been thinking lately. I don't think that I'm anything more, like, all I look at myself as is I'm not anything more than a reflection of what I've been presented. I think that every bit of what I've seen in my life growing up in Florida with a bunch of rude people, being around a lot of my close friends' parents who are alcoholics or wealthy fucking dickheads who look down on you for not making enough money. I've been around a lot of people that made me feel bad for existing. So therefore, most of my life have felt that I'm, that you don't want me here. My sensitive nature, my extremely soft-minded self goes into you don't want me here. You want me to die. 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 I should die. I should fucking die. I should fucking die. That's how I take someone's little saying something mean to me. and again, like how sensitive I could be with this shit. I literally think that immediately, like, all right, I can die if you want. You don't want, you didn't like my music. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to die? I'll die if you want me to die. Do you want me to die? That's where my head goes with this shit. When people post their fucking hate comments, when people just say shit to me, or again, when people don't even acknowledge me, I feel, I don't know what's worse, not feeling like I existed in someone's life at all, even though I remember having extensive conversations with, I don't know what's worse, being ignored, and lack of acknowledgement and lack of anybody following through on just responding to anything or giving you any energy back, or people giving you all of their energy, but it's all toxic and hateful and negative. I don't know what's worse, because I've felt a lot of that, both of that, like lately, outside of my, friends and family. I've felt a lot of like, who the fuck are you people? Are any of you my friends? Like the people that I do know, if you're watching this, are you even my friend? I don't think we are. Like, I don't know if we are. Like, I don't, I'm fine with like not having a shitload of friends or a bunch of people talking to me all the time, because my social battery is extremely fucking thin. Fucking small social battery that I have. Like, I get my fill of people immediately and then I want to go home and be by myself. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really feel that a lot of people don't like me or don't want me around. So it's easier for me to just kind of stay in here and focus on my shit, and that's what I want to do in the end anyway. Is like, even if I had the option to hang out with whoever I wanted any time of day ever, I think I would just want to stay inside or just kind of work on my shit by myself. Like, I look at my stuff here. You can't see it now, like that's just because of the camera angle or whatever. But yeah, I have all my music equipment there, and it's just like, I guess, as a sensitive person who has a weird fucking relationship with the rest of humanity, and I don't really feel like anybody gets me ever. I guess because of that, music has been the only truth for me a lot of the times, or it's been the only thing that made me feel that my like the one part of the world where I do belong, or the one part of my life that I feel I've gotten right to some extent. When I'm playing music, especially when I'm playing like guitar and singing, I don't feel like I'm here anymore for a second. And I've also been given a lot of what I've received is that that's my only worth, or that's all I have to offer the world. I'm not saying I'm not even fishing. I'm not even like I'm never wanting to fish for compliments when I'm like talking about like whatever I feel like there's a lack of in my life or whatever. Like what I mean is I've had so many people. This is where I don't have any insecurities with my music at all. So I can't tell you how many times people have complimented my voice and my playing. I can't put a number on how many nice things I've heard about my talent and ability with music. I'm so grateful for that. But what I've also learned from all of this is that I don't really have anything to offer outside of that. And I've been getting over this recently, and I've been thankfully fixing it. Or not fixing it, but again, see, wording there. I'm not trying to fix anything. I'm trying to have a different perspective on these things is all. But for a while, I was convinced like people only like me for my talent and my music. This is the only way to get people to like me. This is the only way I can spend time with others, or that people even want me around, is if I'm offering them the service as a musician, you know? I know people through theater and in bands that I worked with, they needed me. They wanted to use me. I was a hired gun or whatever. But it's like without that, I've quit music. People know that I don't want to perform anymore. They know that I don't want to fucking do. No, I don't fucking hear from any of you. So I've gotten into my head that I don't have anything to offer the world other than art and entertainment. And what's funny is I'm fine with that. If I just stayed in here for the next couple of years making YouTube videos until I'm really able to like do what I want, which is, to be honest, just to travel and play music. And even though I hate planes and flying and shit, I wouldn't mind doing like a fucking road trip tour just all around the US. It'd be fucking amazing. I want to go all over the world basically and try every food that I'm not allergic to, at least, and play music. That is all I want to do with my life. Mainly live in like the UK or Amsterdam or France, and travel the world eating a bunch of different like amazing food and playing music forever and making movies. That's all I want to do for the rest of my life. But for the next few years, in order to get where I want, if I have to just sit in here and make a bunch of videos talking endlessly and putting out a bunch of myself, every bit of whatever I have to offer the world, if I have to just give and give and give all of you that for the next few years, I'm fine with that, because I am just naturally a loner. I've realized like I am fine by myself. I've been sitting here talking by myself for an hour and I didn't even realize it, or it doesn't feel like it. I'm looking at it, I've realized it, but I can just do that. I could talk for 3 or 4 hours by myself. That's fucking insane. Even I would still lose my mind in solitary, in prison or whatever. Like because you run out of things to say to yourself. So I need people. Of course, love being around people too. Just genuinely, I've had the most fun times I've had in my life were with other people, and myself, both. But I am naturally, and I also need people to not go fucking crazy. Obviously, you literally like your brain changes when you're like heavily isolated. But yeah, there's so many things that I want to do, and unfortunately, yeah, like even though I'm super sensitive to a lot of this shit, sensitive to what are people gonna think of me, like I care way too much about what others think of me, way too much, and I think about it way too much. I've gotten into my head that, yeah, like everybody doesn't like me. Oh yeah, what I was about to say before I forget is because I am naturally a loner. I'm just not like, I could no problem doing like working alone, being alone. Like I would really love to, yeah, just try to make as much money as I can on YouTube to pay back my pay off debt and pay off a bunch of shit and save up some money to just go and leave the fucking U.S. and go around the world and do stuff. And that goes back to why I even post these videos at all, or why I even try to do a podcast, or why I even try to, I think of every little thing that I do as fucking content now, and as a way of like, well, if I do this, can I get the ball rolling with it? You have no idea how many times I've looked at everything I've done. My music is just, I guess, the biggest snowball of all, but it really is. Like you create this snowball effect in your mind, and you're just like, okay, I'll get this going, or I'll get that going, I'll get that, and then when none of them really take off, I mean, as a very sensitive, naive, childish kind of guy in my head, I take that as just like, damn, I am not interesting enough. I'm not good enough. It's not the right timing. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not good. Maybe I'm just not a good YouTuber. Maybe my music isn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe I'm not as talented as I thought it was. I don't think any of that's true. I think I could be a good YouTuber, especially like if I started to get, like, I've never reached that point of like, okay, I get it. This is what people want. This is my thing on the internet, which is why I just do a bunch of different shit. But that's what's funny is I have so many different things that I like, and I have a lot of different opinions on all sorts of different topics to talk about a basic amount of knowledge is required, at least, not anything where I actually need to like learn shit, but basic like human experiences outside of a fucking being a bookworm. I have a lot of shit that I can talk about, and I like it. I've enjoyed this past hour of talking. I enjoy making food reviews, movie reviews, talking about music. All my other channels are in the description in the link, by the way. If you don't mind, if you want to subscribe to those, I would love that very much. I want all of my YouTube channels to take off. I want to have a reason to do all sorts of videos for everything. But yeah, you can check all those out in there. I do all sorts of other shit. But yeah, what's funny is with just because all of this is happening just because I didn't make more money with my music, or I don't have a way of making money without. And here's the thing too, is like I don't like having a boss, so I kind of have to do this shit so that I can run the show and I can run everything and hold the reins, because I really do think I'm meant for that. My parents are both natural born leaders. I am a fucking leader. Like I operate best. I also put too much pressure on myself, and I hate being a leader. But it's not my choice. Like I was born this way. You know what I mean? In the words of Lady Gaga, I was literally like, I am just a leader and just a direct, like, follow my direction, I will take you to safety kind of person. Because that's what my instinct is. My instinct is to like protect other people and want the best for them and want to give them love and want to hug them and give them acceptance and be there for them. I'm just jaded as fuck because I feel like I've opened myself up to everybody and almost everything. I've opened myself up in so many ways, as many ways as I physically have been able to, at least. And, I get fuck all back. I just want some reciprocity. I feel like I barely get enough from anybody else. And I just feel like everyone's full of shit and they're liars and they don't actually want to be my friend and they're just using me, or just kind of don't trust me either, maybe because they see how judgmental I am. They think I'm going to come down hard on them, and really I'm not. But if I'm meant to be around other people that want the best for themselves, like, here's my thing is if maybe I'm meant to be around other people that are also very strong-minded leaders as well. Like I've realized, like, maybe I'm supposed to be with, maybe like those people aren't good enough for me either, or not good enough for me. That's not the right word to word that, but maybe these people aren't my people is what I'm saying, and maybe that's like a blessing in disguise. I always think about that. I'm always thinking, well, maybe that's like, how it's supposed to be. And that's just how things are sometimes. But I do like the idea of, being friends with way more people, being friends with, I'm just so, I get so hung up on the fact that I know that I stand out down here, and I'm like wondering who the fuck is, like, how many fucking strangers around here are watching my shit? Who are you people watching my shit? I'm not even famous, and I have this weird feeling like, who the fuck is watching me? Who is watching me? Because I can't tell. Even with only 10 to 12 viewers on a video, I'm like, I don't know 10 to 12 people outside of my work and friends, and I know they're not watching it. Like, not all of them at least individually. So who the hell are you? So I'm thinking like, you know, I get so into my head with like every person that I'm texting and talking to on social media or text message. I'm like, have you seen the shit? Like, have you seen what I said? And do you feel differently about me now that I put my thoughts out there on the internet and have shown vulnerability in my being myself? I mean, it's insane. It's insane how much I feel I am being myself and going out of my way to just express and express and express. And like, here I am, naked, vulnerable, showing you every little minute aspect of who I am. And what do I get? I get no responses from people, really, most of the time. I get, you know, or a very delayed response, or you know, I get nothing in return. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why, if there is a God, why he or she or it has given me this desire to love everything and to want to give a lot of myself to a world that could give a shit about me, or that just, you know, until I do see that flood of emails, flood of people messaging and commenting saying how much I've changed their lives, then of course I would feel differently about all of this. But that doesn't happen. So I feel very out of place with the people here. Here's all the things that I think about on a daily. I feel very out of place with my colleagues and my friends and family and all sorts of people that I know, because my dreams and my goals are significantly bigger than them. And they are a small part of the grand scheme of what I expect my life to be. So it's not like they're not good enough. I love my friends and my family, everyone that I'm close with, but they are not like they're you know, a part of the journey, not the destination. My life goals, I just have unnecessary expectation for my life goals. So that's where it's like, you know, yeah, I don't really feel connected with the people that I'm close with, because they're content with just, you know, life being what it is right now. Like, they're content with just doing their thing. Mad respect for that. I wish I was that kind of person. I really wish I could just accept like a simple life, but I can't. And then, so there's that. There's also just a lack of, like feeling connected with people that I would love to connect more with, or you know, I don't know, be more friendly with. That's half of that is on me. I should be more friendly with people. I should try to go out of my way to hang out with more people. The reason that I don't is because I really just am. I don't ever want to force anything either. You know, I never want to force like, hey, let's hang out. Let's force us being friends. No, like I get that. Like I don't want to force it either. But I also genuinely think having everyone on social media means that we're basically like socializing with like a lot of people already. You know. So there's that, and yeah, and then there's the third aspect, like and you know, lastly, there's like the on top of all that, I you know, feel such a small percentage of people really love my music, and I'm putting my stuff out into the world to either be ignored or be hated on by strangers. Like that's because that's the goal. Is I love you're my friend, you're a close friend of mine or family member or someone that I know watching this. I love all of you very much. But I don't give a fuck if you're a fan of mine or not. I need total, complete fucking strangers that are fans of me. I need people that I have never met, people that are across the world that I have never, most likely never going to meet in person. I need them as fans. I love all of you very much. You mean a lot to me. But all 10 of you being my fan is not really helping me eat or make money or anything. Like, it's not doing it because you guys, that's not your job. It's not anybody's job. The job on me is to get out a mass amount of things. And what I've realized is like what I've really realized recently is and I'll try to get back to the main topic here, why I'm too sensitive for all this shit, I guess. But really what I think about a lot of time is I'm not like most musicians. I've realized I don't think I love music, and it's a huge part of my life. Songwriting is one of my favorite things in the world. I love listening to music, and I do it constantly. But I question if I love music as much as other people. A lot of the time. I mean, other people are out there playing shows. They're playing constantly. They love performing. They love playing music. I don't know if I love music as much as them. I've realized I love being me, and I love doing my own thing. And in a world where people are wanting an endless amount of variety of content, that's my job. Maybe that's my goal. Maybe it was never music. Maybe it was I'm supposed to do all of it. Maybe I am going to be an actor, director, filmmaker, hopefully winning Oscars someday. That's always been a dream of mine, just as much as it has been being a musician. I would rather win an Oscar or be in the Criterion Collection than win a Grammy. I could give a fuck about a Grammy or a Tony or like for musical theater. Like I don't give a fuck about those awards. And even the Academy Awards are a goddamn joke. All awards are a fucking joke, basically. But maybe I'll do all of it. Maybe I will. Like, if not, like that excitement of that joy of thinking about that and dreaming. I mean, if I don't have dreams, then I don't have anything going on, man. If I don't have a destiny, like a goal that is to be reached, then I feel completely depressed and have nothing else to bring joy to my life, because I like having a project and something to look forward to. But maybe I'm meant to do all of it. Maybe I'm meant to make movies and be an actor, filmmaker, make a bunch of music. Maybe I'm meant to paint and do visual arts, as well as do traveling food stuff like Anthony Bourdain. I've been really loving his stuff and really getting into him, and it just makes me so sad. I would have loved to have met him and had a real, he was like such a real fucking person. And I think he was a very fascinating person, and I feel bad that he was sad. In the most fucked up way, I romanticize like people that have committed suicide, because I get that in a lot of ways. I don't think I'll ever do the same. I'm too, like, my ego, thankfully, my ego and my like insane like borderline narcissistic tendencies are what make me think that I'm too important to die, and I'm also scared of death. So I don't think that it's like ever going to happen for me, but I really feel bad about those people. But and that's the other thing is you people have created people that are going back to hate comments and sensitive shit. Cyberbullying has made people kill themselves so much. It's insane how young people are like ridden with the anxiety of what other people think of them, because they are given that every single moment of their life from the time they were born. They had a fucking phone in their hands. It's just not right. It's not right that people are too afraid to even do anything at all, or are afraid of looking stupid or lame or having, because they don't want to be made fun of on the internet forever. When what's funny is there's so much shit posted online that even something that goes viral, it's like hugely viral, like the Costco guys or the Hawk Tua girl. I guess, fucking politics have been going viral, because I don't remember the last time anything got to that level, like since then, 2024 or whatever the fuck it was, 23 or 24. But those guys, the people where that does, like, people get over it. Now they're irrelevant. It's like even when things are massive online, like they lose relevance so quick. Now everyone's hyped about GTA 6, hoping we don't blow ourselves up in World War III before that happens, because of how fucking crazy and batshit fucking just absolutely like stupid Neanderthal brained our world leaders are. They're a bunch of like literal fucking idiots, and I hate them very much. But yeah, like I think it's insane how people are so sensitive, or not so sensitive, but like so freaked out about what others think of them. Maybe I'm the same way. Like I had a moment in high school where I posted some real fucked up post about my ex-girlfriend, and I got like a huge sea of comments. It was the most comments I've ever seen, or most interaction I've had on Facebook ever. And that feeling that amount of hatred from everyone in my school my senior year, and that stuck with me all these years. Like, I never let go of that everybody hates me mentality, I think. And that's fucked up. That one thing I did in high school and posted on social. If social media didn't exist ever, I wouldn't have felt that way in the first place. It was on me. It's my dumb decision to post a fucked up post that I did. But, and if you want to know what it is, I basically just like held a lighter under like a baby foot. It sounds a lot worse than it actually was. It was just my like crazy unhinged self. But basically, like me and my ex-girlfriend in high school broke up. She's a lot more famous than I am, and I can't mention her name, or else you will, people will come after me and shit. But like, I posted like a picture of me like holding a lighter like under a baby photo of her or whatever, and like smiling. It was just like posted a really mean caption with it, and it completely fucked my senior year up. It's the reason I got into smoking weed, because I got like really antisocial with everyone there, thinking everyone hated me, knowing everyone hated, basically everyone really like I just felt horribly hateful energy from everyone else, as I should have, completely warranted. But I ended up just getting really into like smoking weed and listening to music at school constantly through my earbuds, and just basically I felt like betrayed by a lot of people who I thought were my friends because of one really big mistake that I made. And my ex-girlfriend at the time was a really horrible, manipulative person who, I don't know if she's like that to this day. I hope she's not. And from what I've seen, she's gone through a lot too. So I don't want to say anything bad about her. I'm sure she's a lovely person now, but at the time when I was in high school, she was horrible, horrible fucking person. So I felt betrayed that like I felt like the nicer one out of the two of us, and everyone was hating me because I broke up with her and made a fucked up. So social media has been, going back to that, social media has been a really, really horrible detriment to my self-esteem or the way I look at myself because of how poorly I have mismanaged and how poorly I have presented myself online. I have done nothing but present myself really badly on the internet. And I don't know if I should own that or if I should just delete every single thing I've ever made, including my music, and just completely go ghost on all of you. You know, I think about that all the time. Like, what if I just leave my music up at least and just take everything else down, every single thing I've ever made outside of my, music. But, I don't know. At the same time, I do want to leave as much as I can behind, But yeah, social media, my sensitivity to that, how that has affected my self-esteem, how that has affected my mental health, has been nothing but negative for me. So, what is it, like Munchausen by proxy type of thing? The thing that has been fucking my mental health up all of these years and made me, because I never took it seriously. I've just never taken it. It's like, to me, it's like, oh, it's the internet. It's not real. Everyone else is like, no, this is exactly who you are. You're a fucking asshole. You're a whole, and it's like, just because you present yourself one way online isn't like, I'm nothing like I am on here in real life. Right now, I'm very much like who I am in real life, but if we were having a conversation about this, you wouldn't just be hearing me saying all. Like, I am such a great person to have a conversation with. Like, I'm great to talk to. I will, as long as I'm not too drunk or too out of it or whatever the fuck, I will listen very intently. I love hearing what people have to say. I love sharing and that energy that comes with that. I love having that moment. But on the internet, I mean, I'm crazy as fuck because it's funny to me to do that. It's funny to me to post crazy shit. So yeah, I've done nothing but present myself in the most ridiculous way on here. And I am extremely self-conscious about like going back and forth with that. I go back and forth with like, well, this is kind of who I am. It's kind of an exaggeration of it, but this is basically who I am. But because everyone else takes social media too seriously, they take the internet too seriously. They're probably always shocked that I don't care and I'll just kind of put whatever I want out there. For a while on my Instagram story, oh man, if you were following me on Instagram all these years, you got some juicy stuff on there, like some crazy like inner thoughts and intrusive shit, But I don't really want to share everything on there. I'd rather share it on here and again, do it in person because it adds context. Seeing a text, like you can't hear it in my voice. You can't see what I mean. You can't see my energy with it. What people say versus my wording, the way I word things is terrible. I've fucked up a lot of relationships because of how badly I worded something when I could have done it in a way more classy, like just more mature way instead of being immature about it. So I've always had a real problem with, I disassociate through a digital device because it's not real. I have to see someone's face in person. Because even if I say something mean or harsh, I'm not going to say it like as harshly or as, I'm not going to, like, even if I have criticisms for somebody, I'm not going to be like mean about it in person versus like, if they triggered me and then gave me a reason to be mean to them via text. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, all these different things. I am not like meant for this timeline is all. I'm not meant for this like smartphone tech driven 21st century. Like, I should have been born in like the 50s and made music in the 60s or 70s as a young teenager, 20 something in the, that's really when I should have been born. And I know a lot of people say that, oh, I was born in the wrong time, but like I really was born in the wrong time, and I'm not meant for this timeline with all you selfish, just horrible people. Some of you are so horrible. Wow, yeah, I feel like I just said so much, and I feel so much better now. I can't afford a therapist, so this is kind of, and the fact that I have to say it in such a censored way, I'd love to be able to say things more like way more crazy, obviously, with a therapist. Just really get to the true, like, serious meat of what I feel. I feel like that I would love to go to a therapist, but I don't have insurance. I don't have enough money. I can't afford it. So I've been like, now I feel like I'm really, even when I'm smoking weed, it's like I'm basically raw. If I'm not drinking, I'm raw dogging life. Like for a while, I think I was drinking as a distraction, drinking because it felt like it was the only excitement or the potential. Here's the thing is I don't think people like drinking. They like the potential that follows with drinking. A lot of my moments with getting with women and meeting people that I like, total strangers that I ended up thinking, like a lot of my best memories were when I was like playing live gigs and just drinking and having a fun time and just fucking off. Like I do kind of miss like the lack of fucks that I had to give with playing live music. Now I have to like serve customers and really be attentive and be professional in a place of business. But when I was playing live music, the only person that would have been affected by it is me, and I don't give a fuck about my career. I don't give a fuck about like not that much. Like I never really cared that much about making money playing music. That's why I want to profit with my songwriting, because I don't actually like to play live music. Like not constantly. Like I would never want to tour and play shows every other day or whatever. Like I played so much music. I've played so many live shows in my life. Like now when I do it, I want it to be special because it's a rarity. I want it to be a very, sparse thing. But yeah, boy, do I feel like there is so much shit inside me and so much that I want to get out and so much that I want to give to all of you. And I feel just trapped. I feel trapped in the cookie cutter suburban lifestyle that is South Florida with all these just horrible people down. People are so horribly rude down here. I went out drinking downtown this past weekend and there are just so many rude people out here down in South Florida. And I feel trapped in everything looking the same with people that I don't really care for, not doing what I want to do artistically or creatively, not working with people that I want to work with in those aspects either. I seriously feel that I am trapped, and the only way out is through like just absolutely like dropping a giant like atom bomb of content on the internet so that I can fucking finally get to where I want to be in life. But I have to accept that I'm really sensitive to this shit, and I have to take it I have to deal with it anyway. I have to deal with people being mean on the internet. I just have to deal with it. I just have to accept that that's what it is. And that it's not that they're wrong. It's not that their opinions are invalid. It's that they're just taking the piss out on me. And they just want to have a laugh being mean to somebody. And honestly, like, I don't know. I'm the person that can take, I felt that a lot of my close friends throughout my whole life and a lot of people that I know, not close friends, but just people that I knew, friends or not, like people that I've known growing up here and just growing around people as a millennial. I've grown up with so many rude people. There's so many people that, like I could feel, and when I was a kid, I definitely was like a dickhead still in a lot of ways, but I was genuinely nice. I was genuinely like friendly and wanting to be like just kind of loving despite having an acid tongue. You know what I mean? And I just felt a lot of growing up. I felt the reason I look back at my like at my childhood and wish that I could like go back and protect myself or I wish I stood up for myself more is because people were just so mean to me a lot of the time. And I was always like confused of just like, why are you being mean to me right now? Why are you doing that? Like I can never not think about it in that way. I was always going back to like, well, I don't understand why you made me feel this way. I never was the kind of kid to like call people fat or call people like ugly. You know what I mean? Like unless they were asking for it, unless they drew first blood. Unless they did that, I never would like go out of my way and be like, you're too ugly. You can't fucking hang out with us at this table. Like that's how some people are. Some people are so fucking awful. You know, and I say, I'll talk shit jokingly. I'll talk shit about like fat people and ugly people or retards and shit. Like I'll talk smack in a funny way, but I'll never like genuinely go up to like a fat, ugly person and be like, your life is worthless and you're less of a person because you're fat and ugly. That's horribly mean. Just saying that hypothetically is so horribly mean. Like who the fuck would say that to somebody? I would never say it to someone and genuinely mean it is what I'm saying. Like if it was for a bit in a sketch or for me just again, like making a joke and saying something mean generally and in a generic way just for a laugh, completely different to me. In my head, at least, it's completely different. But I would never like go up to sort of like, take a woman out on a date and be like, yeah, no, you're like a little too fat for whatever. I would never, ever, fucking ever insult somebody's weight, especially a woman's. Fellas, never say anything about a woman's weight or her age, ever. or the way she looks. Just never say anything about it unless, it's something really nice, obviously. But yeah, I would never, ever say something mean to somebody, like, for real. You know what I mean? I'll say that, like, at the most, when it comes to the shit that I talk about other musicians or other artists or whatever, at most I'll say, like, you're hackneyed, you're a joke. But I would never say, like, your life is less of value because you're not talented or not good or not attractive. That's, first of all, it just doesn't contribute anything to the conversation. That doesn't add anything for anybody. It just takes away. It sucks energy. It's an energy sucking move. And it's because you want to, like, steal people's good feelings by saying those mean things. So you want to be like Shang Tsung and fucking Mortal Kombat. And you want to absorb their souls, basically. You want to absorb whatever happy parts they have in their souls, like a freaking Dementor and Harry Potter, or they were feeding off of the negativity, I guess. But you get what I'm saying. I forget what the detail is of that. I forget which one it was, but yeah, as much of an acid tongue as I can have, as much as I could be pretty fucking mean when I'm trying to be funny, as much as I can say some cruel shit and say some fucked up things, I have never in my head, like, directly, like, insulted someone for something superficial in that way, or like, in my head, like, I've never, I could just never genuinely actually be that cruel to someone and mean it. Even with ex-friends and girlfriends that I've hated, I will always insult who you are as a person before anything else. Like, I will insult your character more so than the way you look, because that is, to me, the only thing that matters. If you're gonna, like, not even insult somebody, if you're gonna criticize somebody's character, criticize, sometimes the way people, hold themselves or the way they look goes hand in hand with that. It's hard to respect somebody that doesn't treat their body with love or that does, just neglects themselves in that way, which is, goes hand in hand with how attractive somebody is sometimes. But that's still really, I just want to get to the root of, like, well, why are they ignoring themselves? Why are they, like, not nice to themselves? Really, the sad part is people aren't nice to themselves enough either. Maybe I should be nice to myself more. I'm trying to do that more often now. I'm trying to be sensitive to my own sensitivity or be soft with myself. The guys at my job are really good at helping me, like, remember that. And I'm just trying to remember my parents are getting older, so I'm really wanting to be more gentle with them and not take what they do to me so seriously either. Be gentle with my feelings if they make me feel bad in some way. I'm really trying to be nicer to myself and I guess, yeah, it's hard to do that and post stuff online and get hate comments or whatever. It's hard to, like, yeah, I feel good about myself when no one's caring. Nobody is listening to my music, and I've worked really hard and spent a lot of money for nothing, and people are hating on me. And so it's hard to, like, feel good in that situation. But I in my head, like, I'm already there. I've already made it. In my head, I have to accept and I have to, like, really go for it as hard as I can with videos like these and just go for it in every way possible. I have to go for it and make it happen. Even if it doesn't happen until I'm in my 40s or 50s, I'm going to be famous and successful, or minimal amount of fame to have enough success and money. I need money. And, maybe I do want kids and a family. Maybe I do want the whole thing. And maybe I've just been afraid of not being able to afford it and afraid of what it's going to take away from my own time and attention that I want to put into my work and my music and stuff. But if I've already if my full-time job is doing that, then of course I would love to have a family and kids and all that shit. But this is such a weird time. I feel I feel so bent out of shape. My sensitive self feels super bent out of shape with how people are very lonely nowadays. How people aren't, there's not enough, like, romance in people's lives. People aren't, like, dating enough. Like, people don't have good relationships with their families. People don't trust the government. They don't know where AI is going. They don't know what the hell is going on. They are sick of not being able to afford food and rent. They're so sick of, it's like there's so much stress put on millennials and people younger in such a horribly unfair way That it's like we're all too stressed out to fucking have time to be nice to ourselves and be going on dates and shit. Are you fucking kidding me? I need a second here. I'm gonna keep going. I got a little bit more in me. I'm in an hour and a half. If you've been listening to this entire time, you are my favorite person in the world. I love you very much for listening to all of this. And, even if you're listening to me in the background and I'm just kind of in the background here, thank you so much for throwing me on in the background and being here with me in whichever moment it is that you're watching it. I have to remind myself every day, and I have to keep telling myself, you want to give love. 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 Be selective with it, but remember that you do genuinely want to love. With attractive women, I want to love them in more ways than not, obviously. But I'm not always talking about how much I love women and how much I want to have sex with them, I'm not trying to prove that I'm not gay. I don't know, people fucking think I'm gay or some shit because of how my voice is higher pitched and I'm expressive and I'm not fat and shit, I'm I don't really I'm not some guy who doesn't give a shit about his appearance and whatever, I don't know, I'm not trying to prove that I'm not gay. I love women that much that I'm literally thinking about sex constantly and obsess over women just as much as any other guy, so that's why I bring them up a lot. I'm also super single right now. I also feel very, very single, and I feel like I've had potential opportunities with women and situationally, from a situational thing, or from me probably saying the wrong thing or fucking up in some way. It just nothing has happened, but I'm sensitive to that too. If a woman rejects me, I am crushed, so horribly crushed. And I used to take it really badly and being like, fuck you, you fucking bitch, I used to be super sour grapes about it. I used to be like, well, I didn't want you anyway. Now I'm just I want you, but you don't want me. Whatever. I'm fine being on my own because then I don't have to deal with the Here's the thing is sex and love invites a lot of other things too. I get more freaked out about falling in love deeply with a woman and being super intimate with them than being rejected. I'm more scared of that. It's not a fear of intimacy. It's a fear of when shit gets so real for me with love and I'm really into a woman. It drives me crazy. I get definitely I'm that crazy in love kind of person. It drives me crazy from standpoint of in the past. I hope my next relationship isn't anything like this, but in the past I've been very jealous and very obsessing over every guy they slept with before me and just really stupid immature shit that because I didn't go to college, because I didn't have enough of those adult experiences to get over those things. I've only recently started finally processing how to handle a lot of those emotions because I just ignored them for many years. But with me in relationships, yeah, I have more of a fear of how I change as a person when I'm really just madly in love with a woman. I change dramatically. I think about they're my entire world, they're my life. I'm putting them on a pedestal in my head and putting them before anything else. To the point where I'm selfless. I'll be selfless with a woman and deal with their shit, and they can do whatever they want. I am that. Again, I hope my next relationship is nothing like this. But women can literally, a lot of my past relationships, they've been able to get away with whatever, saying whatever, doing whatever. Not anything, not cheating on me. I mean, but they doing as far as starting fights and just pulling bullshit on me like that, being dramatic, and God, I couldn't stand that. But because I wasn't expressing my feelings in a healthy way at the time, I was just dealing with it. And I have I have a mindset of I'm probably in the wrong with most situations of animosity. I'm the more likely to apologize and admit that I'm wrong, even if I'm not. I'm more likely to just to get over it or just to move on from the fight. I'm way more so yeah, that's my big problem with it, with approaching women, or even you're trying, trying harder than I have been, or like the minimal like random text here or there. Like the reason I don't like really go out of my way is because I'm way more freaked out about like how I change when I'm crazy in love with somebody than any sort of rejection. And I can't stand that about myself. I can't stand that I love and hate that. What am I saying? I just said I got to be nice for myself. It's not that I can't stand that part of myself. It's that that love that I have for other people, or the love that I can give to others. There can be just pros and cons to that. When you feel really deeply about a lot of these things in the world, you feel like deep within your own introspection and your own personal feelings and perspectives of the world, you're gonna get, you get so much that comes with that. It feels like a lot of things in life are a Pandora's box, and that's why I kind of have a 0 to 100 light switches on or off mentality with a lot of things, is that a lot of times things are like that. You open yourself up in every way, then it's like it's so much of everything, and you can love harder, you can embrace things more, and you can absorb life more. I feel so present right now just talking on camera, and it's amazing. I feel amazing right now. You can embrace life that much harder, but that means you're embracing all of the shit too. And that's like where I just have this constant tug of war within myself, thinking, like, do I want to love hard or self-isolate? Do I want to go out of my way for people and try harder with them and do everything I can to see them more often? And do I want to do that for people that really don't seem to they're not hitting me up first. They're not texting me. So like, do I want to go out of my way that much when I should maybe reserve that for myself or for the people I am close with? I guess what bothers me more than anything is that I really feel like I have so much love that I want to give the entire world, and the world doesn't want it. It really feels. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what it is. But what keeps me going with these videos and with the channel, and just why I won't let it go when it comes to my music career, why a lot of people just can't let it go, is I want to feel the potential of the love that I have being able to reach as many people as it can. And I refuse to fucking stop until I see that. I want to give everything that I have to you people. I want to give every bit of myself to this channel and my music and everything. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm old enough, and I finally feel somewhat wise enough to be able to do all of this in the right way. And I just got to keep going. I'm just going to keep going and never fucking stop. But I feel like there's some stuff going on here. I feel like I have something going on here. What motivates me is the watching it grow and watching the reach happen and seeing how many people can I connect with. Because that is the beautiful part about the internet. That is the amazing part about all of this, is that anybody can connect with anybody. It's fucking awesome. I really am amazed by all of it. But I'm ready to give. I feel like a really old sponge that has already been wrung out plenty of times, but I still got some dishes to clean. You know what I'm saying? I still have a lot of shit that I'm ready to do before I die. And I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm ready to do it. Just would love more reasons to do it, more motivation to continue to do it, to invest in a potential crew of people to help me out with it and make it even better too. But I want to know that you would even want it. I want to know that would you even want my music? Would you even want my videos and anything that I'm talking about on here? Would anybody, it's not, oh, nobody cares. It's just like, If you showed my shit to every single person in the entire world, are they all gonna not care? It's just the fact that it's like it's not even on their radar. It's just not. It is completely lost in the foggy shadows of the internet. That's all that it is like people just you fall into a shadow ban. It's a very real thing. My account on here is like 10 years old now almost, or whatever, however old. It's like 10 or 11 years old. I've been doing this for so long. I went back and forth, upload, delete, upload, delete, upload, delete. I just was so self-conscious and so paranoid of people, just a sea of people hating on my shit, or making me feel like I've made a mistake in pursuing music and that I'm a failure. I basically feel like the only way that I will be a failure is if that I accept that I failed, but I refuse to accept it. I'm literally never going to accept that. I will basically die refusing to accept being a failure if I don't actually succeed, you know? But that refusal, I think that stubbornness and that refusal I refuse to lose at this point is what's going to make it happen finally. Because I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like there's too much. I've been given a strong desire to give a lot to you guys. And that's not for nothing. I'm not meant to feel that just for no reason. That's how I look at it, is like that hunger that I feel like that I am just forever insatiated by like how many people I want international fame. I want all of it so much. I want people to not even recognize me, but I want just people to like me and like my shit and say thank you for your work. Thank you for the music you've made. That's all I want, really. Thanks for your whatever, if they do like it, That's the beauty of all of this. It's not the only thing, but it's a part of it. All I want out of it is the audience's reception isn't an end all be all, but it is a part of sharing your art with the world. It's a part of sharing your work. I love all you so much, and I really appreciate you listening. I guess that's it for this one. I think I've said enough. It's almost 2 hours now. I am very enthusiastic about all of this, and I have to accept the hate comments. I have to accept that this is what it is, and the only way the only way forward is through, is where I'm at right now. I have to push through it and have to just keep it going. And I want to do it for you. I want to make my parents proud. I want to make all my friends proud. I want to give my friends and people that I love and care about employment or potential financial opportunities that can change their lives. I want to do so much with my life. And I wish so much of it wasn't out of my control, but it is. There's only so much I can do. I'm making videos, and all I did tonight was watch Mulholland Drive and did a review on it on my other channel. You can check it out on This Guy Needs a Job in the description right there. All I did was watch a movie outside of this video and working today. I came home. I literally woke up, went to work, came home and ate, and watched the movie. Literally, I'll admit I took a nap because I was feeling real out of it. Took a quick hour nap or something like that, and then finished the movie, and then I started recording started recording this shit, and started recording, did the movie review and did this shit. And it's like all I'm planning on doing right now is spending time making YouTube videos and making stuff on here because I'm addicted to just watching it grow. I have to watch this grow, and I have to see it happen finally. And I'm dedicated. I want to be able to quit my job. I love my job, but I want to be able to make more money doing this. I'd rather do this. I'd rather just sit at home all day making stuff. I'm here for it. I can make a bunch of shit if people really want that. I just need the go ahead. I want someone to be able to tell me, to quote the bear here, let it rip. I really want someone to just say, go. You want to make a movie? Here's millions of dollars. Go and make whatever kind of movie you would want to make. We'll make it happen. You want to make whatever kind of album with as many different musicians and an orchestra. You want to be able to be, it all goes back to money for me, unfortunately. My hobbies and all the things I really want to do. Those videos of Justin Bieber and certain people telling an orchestra to play exactly. I've always wanted to do that. You have no idea how badly I would love to have an orchestra and tell them to play what I want them to play, and I just had a piano or a guitar and would play and sing along with them. You have no idea how much I would love to do that. But I'm not going to spend tens of thousands of dollars just to do that for fun out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? That's not something that people do. Unless that was an investment and I made a video out of it and that's something people wanted to see. But again, I would need someone else to help invest in that. I'm not going to pay for that shit. Fuck that. I can't pay for it. I literally can't afford it. I'm ready. I'm ready to do a bunch of shit. Even though I'm a super sensitive person and a sensitive, easily, how easily I can crumble. I guess things, even when they crumble and they turn into sand is, can be compressed and turn into a whole another suit of armor in that way. So maybe my sensitivity is like a strength or some sort of superpower. Maybe that ability to feel things really heavily is just you get a lot of both. You get a lot of the good and the not so good. But yeah, all right. Let me finally end this. I love you all very much. Thank you so much for listening. If you actually listen to all of this and you listen to the end, you are you're really important to me, and just you hearing my innermost thoughts and my feelings about all of this stuff. It just means a great deal to me, and I wouldn't be doing this without even just a few of you listening and anybody that actually wants to check this stuff. I really really appreciate your viewership and you listening or watching or anything. You have an awesome day. I will be thinking about all of this for a while. I'm going to be thinking about, I want to stay in this attitude and I want to stay in this, the way I feel right now. I just want to hold on to that for the next year or two and really try to keep this going and stay motivated. I want to stay motivated and I want to stay hungry. I plan on staying hungry no matter what. How fucking far can I go? How much can I succeed? How much money can I make? How many bitches can I fuck? No, how much can I get out of life? Just period. I want to get a lot out of life and I want to drink it up. I'm ready. I really want to drink up as much as I can. And, without drowning, of course. But I want to, I really want to do so much. And I'm excited to, because I think I can. I think it, I'm just scared. I'm really scared as I get older. I'm scared of a random diagnosis of a really horrifying illness. That's a very real thing that you think about as you get older. Cancer is not off the book. It's not impossible. You know what I mean? Thankfully, cancer doesn't run either side of my mom or dad's family, I don't think. At all. My parents are almost hitting 60. They've literally never had no medical problem ever in their lives. I literally don't think I've ever seen them thankfully, thank Christ, but I'm not religious. That's just some that, that's just that's just a saying, right? Thank God, right? But that's my only fear is I guess not, not being able to do it before I die. Because people die at my age all the time. I'm 33 and it's not impossible, but I don't plan on dying anytime soon either way. But I hope I do enough for everyone. Jesus Christ, I keep saying I'm going to end this, then I don't. I hope I do enough for everyone as much as I can, and I hope that I can get enough out of my life before my life comes to an end. I want to be here giving all of you as much as I can while I can, and I've realized that. I got to go back to love, and I got to go back to the passion that I feel, and the excitement that I feel, and the curiosity, all of that. That's way more important to me than anything else. So I just have to remind myself of that. Is it doesn't, hate comments shouldn't matter or shit like that. you know, I gotta like try to shrug it off, or just try to like not think about it, because it's just like that doesn't like there's no room for that in a world of love and compassion and everything else that I said. That there's no room for that in my world. So I guess that's the only thing that I have. And even then, maybe I just love every single comment and heart every single thing, no matter how fucked up it is. Then that's only me giving love back to someone trying to give me something hateful. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe all of this will just be like a fun way to kill time either way. But yeah, thanks for listening. You're awesome.